Hello everyone, this is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily oracle card reading and message for Friday, the 17th of August, 2012. Happy Friday everyone. For today's reading, I felt guided to call on the animal medicine cards again. Haven't done these in a little while. And also Archangel Michael's deck by Doreen Virtue was calling to me as well. So let's see. What comes up for the okay. We've got a couple of animal medicine cards that have spilled out at us. So the first one for today is deer. And deer is the energy of gentleness. Okay? And it's about remembering the power of love, applying love and gentleness to the people and the situations you're encountering today. Even if they seem like hellish demons to you, even if they seem like nasty people, it's a reminder that they're really wounded beings who need love and gentleness more than anything else. And it's just a reminder to apply gentleness of spirit to whatever your situation is, you know, to just kind of take that deep breath, calm down, and whatever you might be struggling with, whatever situation you're dealing with, to remember to apply love and gentleness to it, because it's sort of the lesson with all these things that we perceive as fears, frustrations, things like that, annoyances that get in our way. Sometimes they're really like just a challenge, or, you know, in our pathway to sort of test our mettle, to see if we can see them for what they really are. And when we apply that energy of love and gentleness to it, a lot of times it just really just dissipates and falls away from us, because that's the challenge. So deer medicine is coming in to help us with that today. The other one that spilled out was lizard, who is the dreamer in this deck. And it's a reminder to pay attention to your daydreams, or allow yourself to daydream a bit about your life and what you're hoping to accomplish. You know, dream it into being. The dream time was a big piece of, you know, this sort of Native American or tribal spirituality, going into the dream time, that element of, you know, consciousness where our mind goes into a dreamlike state. It's also about paying attention to your dreams that you have at night, maybe keeping a journal or a record of them, because they have messages for you as well. But I'm just going to take a quickie look, a cheat sheet in the book, to see if there's any additional message with the lizard. Let's see. Yep, lizard is the medicine of dreamers. And it says, if lizard dreamed a space in your cards today, it may be time to look and see what is following along behind you. Is it your fears, your future trying to catch up to you, or is it the part of you that wants to ignore your weaknesses and humanness? So it's also telling you to pay attention to your dreams and their symbols, as I mentioned a moment ago, and you know, to maybe get up and write them down. So that's what lizard medicine is about for us today. So we have the deer, remembering, you know, to help us apply gentleness to whatever we're encountering. It's a message of how to deal with it. And, you know, we have lizard, which has to do with paying attention to your dreams, your sleeping dreams, and, you know, the dreams that you hold dear to your heart's desires. So you know, maybe one of the situations that you encounter has to do with, you know, seeing something and seeing something go on, or a person in a particular situation, you're like, oh man, I would love to be that, or I wish I could be like that. And it's a reminder to you of maybe what your dream for yourself is, what your dream for yourself is that you'd like to fulfill. And so it's a reminder to pay attention to that because it's a key to your heart's desire. Now, we have Archangel Michael here coming out with Detach from the Situation. That was the card that spilled out. And it says, the prayer in the card says, Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me in this situation. Okay, so so Archangel Michael's message with this today comes, it's sort of bringing your awareness to that. There may be a situation occurring in your life that, maybe whenever you encounter it, it brings up fears and concerns for you. Or maybe there's some drama going on with it in a particular, relationship, because God knows we know that happens a lot. There always seems to be some kind of drama in relationships. So what Michael's message and the animal cards are urging you to do, and what Michael's offering to help you with, is his sword here of light to cut the attachments, to detach from the situation so you can step back and take a look at the bigger picture, and not get caught up in the drama. And, the Deer card with the Gentleness is a reminder to step back and, this could be about a relationship, an issue that's going on in a relationship with somebody. So it's a gentle reminder to kind of step back and look at the fact that, maybe this person is in some way, maybe they're reacting the way they are because they're wounded in some way. Or, people do react very much out of fear. And, maybe there's a very fearful, wounded part of them. So these messages today are asking you to take a step back and look at that. And the best way to deal sometimes with someone who's coming from that place is to respond with gentleness and love. I know it's not always easy, because sometimes people's behavior, especially if it seems stupid, is really annoying. Or if their behavior is just plain ignorant, it can be really annoying and make us really angry. So sometimes it can be difficult. But Michael's here to help us. He's saying, if you call on him, you can ask him with his sword of light to cut the cords to the drama of the situation, to allow you to be able to look at it through the eyes of love and gentleness, the way the deer would. And the lizard being in here is just sort of, it may be, whatever the situation is, it may be just something that's bringing to your awareness something within yourself. It could be, I'm at a loss at the moment, but just, some former or, deeply rooted fear in you, or a reminder of something that you haven't wanted to look at in yourself or something like that. So sometimes those, come up in our lives. There's events that sort of trigger things for us. So, I always encourage people when they're in a situation that they're unhappy with. If you look at what you're unhappy with about it, or if you look at maybe someone who offended you or behaved inappropriately to you, look at that and know what it is that you're mad at or bothered by or upset about, and then ask yourself, what do you really want? If it's not this, what would you ideally like to see happen? And that's a little bit of the dreamer element coming in there today. It's like, think about, okay, maybe you'd like a healthier relationship. Maybe you would, prefer someone who's loyal and true and, really admires and respects what you do or what have you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a personal relationship or an employer relationship or your relationship with yourself. It is a reminder, too, in that relationship with yourself, to be kind and gentle with yourself and not be too hard on yourself. So you have Archangel Michael and the animals working with you today. And I hope this reading resonates with you. And I hope you have a lovely and happy Friday. And I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Thank you, everybody.